Once your survey is complete, it's likely the next step you want to do is quote for that in order to get a sign off to complete the job. So there's a number of ways you can do that. The most obvious way is if you have products within your survey that you want to go in and quote for, is to click on the quote button here. And then you will get two options. You can either create a blank quote and do everything from a blank template, or you can pull through those items straight into the quote to allow you to quote immediately. So if I go and click that in here, you can see it's going to create a quote. That quote is for £60 net. So I can either go and view that straight away, and if you're happy with that, you can go and send it. Or if I want to make changes or check something, I can click on the quote page. I can go down to actions and edit. And then from here, I can come down and see all the line items that I've got. So in this particular one, I've got my group name, which is the toilet fitter. I've got the products. I've got some more products in here. What we have, and I've got the labour charge or the parking services, which came through from the template. And I can see the total here. I can also see the margin and the markup that I'm going to make on this particular quote. If I want to add something that's come out after the quote, after the survey, then I can go and add a product line manually. I can select that from here. I can go and search any product or any product within the system. So I'm going to go and check these nuts, and I'm going to put that into there and put those in. That's coming to here. And if the quantity of that is 50, you can change that, and then I'll update the quote accordingly. And I can also add a service line. So if the service line is, this is a waste disposal, and it's a bit more than usual. Disposal, and that's going to be £70 of one-off free. I can put that into here, and I'll get my updated element, and then that will also update the total margin and the total markup. I also have here is a quote level discount. So if, for example, this quote is £427, and I know the customer will accept that at £400, but I don't quite know how to get there. It's tricky. What can I reduce? I just want to get to that price. What you can say is I'm going to have a £27.95 discount, and that will get me to that £400 here. So it just makes sure that it works for the customer. If I go and save that then, and then go back to the job, I can go and see that, refresh that, and there is my £400 quote. So I can then send that in a number of ways. The most simple way to probably send it for digital signature is to simply click this button here and send it in customer to sign. So that is linked to a template which you've set for your customers. I can go and send that, and you'll notice if I send that, that will update to sent for authorization, and that will then update the job status to sent for authorization. And then I will get a quote. So here's the email that's come in. The email that's come in here, I can then see that quote. The customer can look at it. If I go and click on this, I can see what's coming to the page. The customer can click on that. They can download their quote and take a look, but they can also then go and make a signature. I can sign that. They can upload this, but please proceed. If they've got any files that they want to upload to accept, or they want to present to you at this point, then I can go and do that. And then I can also, we can attach a number of documents. That might be your terms and conditions, standard terms and conditions, any lease, anything that you've got in the contract, and then go confirm quote. So if I confirm that quote and I go back, you will notice that the job has gone to quote accepted and then financials. I could have done it another way. I could have clicked on email here, and I could have selected a template or just done attach the quote here, attach the quote, and then I could write a custom email specific for that particular client. There was also the ability, and if I go back, to submit quotes offline. So if a customer accepts a quote but sends you an email, and the system has no ability to know that that was done digitally, and you can click on this button here and go customer has accepted and put any details of that and then submit, and that will get you to the same position again, which is that the system will automatically go to quote accepted, at which point you can then move on to the next stage, which is to order the products for that job.